Predator Triton 900 is extra. Right from the start, I was questioning design features and the sheer power put into this mammoth of a machine. It is one of the most powerful gaming laptops on the entire market, packing an Nvidia RTX 2080 that is capable of running any modern game at a solid 60 frames per second in 4K. Yes, this is a 4K gaming laptop too. Get where I'm going with this whole extra statement yet? Then we have the design, which is just out of this world and a little unnecessary. The 17.3-inch display is on a convertible arch that can swing back and forth and position itself closer to the player, and even flat on the keyboard for those gamers who want to play their games in tablet mode with their keyboard covered up. The display is also touchscreen, another unnecessary design choice, further bloating the price tag of this crazy laptop into the 85,000 Rand price range. Yes, almost 100,000 Rand for a gaming laptop. The price is as crazy as the device's features, trust me. Sure, these things are nice to have, but a lot of the Predator Triton 900 feels like a show-off feature, which Acer is no doubt trying to pull off. Well, how does it game? As you could expect, like a dream. As you see from these specs, the device is pretty powerful. A 17-inch display powered by an RTX 2080 and a 1TB SSD. Acer is not playing games. Well, they kinda are, but still. As mentioned before, the Acer Predator Triton 900 is strange. There's a lot going on here, but the laptop is striking at first glance. It is this big, heavy slate of metal that feels cold in your hands. Most of the shell is aluminium and puts the device's weight at one of the heaviest laptops I've ever used at 4.4 kgs. On the top we have the Predator logo that lights up when in use and a sleek black metal design. The gorgeous 17.3-inch 4K display is held up in the air by two arms, which are used to swivel the display in all sorts of directions. You can swing it back, forth, lay it flat, and even rotate it completely if you wish. The versatility of the display, even if you would never use it any other way than the straight up version, means it could be used for design and maybe media too. Most of all, it feels fluid while moving it around and even opening up the device. As heavy as it is, it was still pretty easy to open it with one hand without the bottom lifting off the table. With everything going on here, the device is quite thin at only 23.9mm. It is a design marvel and quite frankly one of the most ambitious gaming laptops I've used since the Predator 21X. Acer has carried over the glass-looking plastic grille from the Triton 700 and it works and does not work all at the same time. Sure, it looks cool to have your fan lit up at the top of the device, but the model I received for review was dirty and the lighting was dim due to the dust inside of it. It just does not work, and the fact that you cannot easily open this glass section to clean inside means you'll have to put up with the grime staring at you at all times. It just freaks me out. Following in Acer's shoes, the Triton 900's keyboard is at the bottom of the device, something that takes a long time to get used to. The trackpad is also situated to the right of it, which is another thing you have to get used to. The trackpad then doubles up as a number pad when you double tap the number pad icon on it. The light turns on and you can press all the buttons. It is pretty cool, although just another unnecessary feature. The keyboard is different from the Helios 500. It is firstly a mechanical keyboard and has per key RGB. A great achievement for Acer putting a mechanical keyboard in this device. It feels great to type on even if it takes a while to get used to its strange positioning. If you use your laptop on your lap, then this Triton 900 will be your worst enemy given it has no palm rest at all. The rest of the device is just fluff here. All the ports are on the sides, the back has Acer's iconic heat grills that I really love, and the housing is pretty sleek and fierce all at the same time. The only real standout design feature is the hidden USB port on the left hand side that flips out and hides away when you're not using it. Not sure why this is a thing as the other ports work perfectly fine, but it is what it is, an extra, so whatever. One thing you need to know about the Triton 900 is that it packs a gorgeous display. It is really one of the best I've ever used, and if only it had HDR it would be a true masterpiece in my books. The viewing angles are excellent, the brightness is decent at 300 nits, and the display can produce 100% sRGB and Adobe RGB, making it vibrant and clear. The 4K 60Hz display also has a 24 millisecond response time, which is not too bad considering it is a 4K display. Is 4K overkill here? Well, yes, I would have preferred to up the hertz away from 60 frames per second to maybe 120, but Acer is just showing off here with this Triton 900. As you know, I often test games with these devices and run the Final Fantasy 15 Windows 10 benchmark, which is just what I did. Testing out the Final Fantasy 15 benchmark, I ran 2 tests, one on full graphics in 4K and one in HD. The benchmark now tests 4K resolution and it is gorgeous. Every detail pops in the test and you can see every good and bad piece of texture. It is the first time I've witnessed the benchmark running in 4K so smoothly, and the score was clear that this Triton 900 is a monster. The 4K test proved helpful and the results slotted nicely among some of the most powerful GPUs on the market. It scored under the Nvidia Titan X. As for the HD test, the 9617 score placed it 6th on the chart under the Nvidia Titan XP. Then I gave Destiny 2 some love and it did not disappoint. The game maxed out everything at a solid 4K 60 frames per second without even breaking a sweat. Increasing the render resolution to 200% caused the frames to drop to about 30 frames per second, but it was still stunning visually. Lastly, I played Battlefield 5, which quite frankly looks a little dated on the machine. The RTX is gorgeous, but at running at 4K, you can see every nasty bloated texture and detail. It is a beautiful game and the machine handled it on max visual fidelity at 4K 60 frames per second without any issue at all. The big seller here is the Nvidia RTX 2080 that brings all those fancy smanchy ray tracing elements to life, and it does a great job at it. For those of you who like an old school benchmark, the Heaven benchmark was also pleasing. With everything pumped up to full, there was no doubt the machine would wipe the floor with the test. The Acer Predator Triton 900 beats a lot of gaming laptops on the market, but it is due to its crazy GPU inside. There is simply no competing with its RTX 2080, considering it's one of the most consumer-ready chipsets found in gaming laptops. Everything I threw at it performed like a charm. During all of this, cooling was not even an issue. The fans are loud and squeaky, but the device never felt hot, and the test showed around 75 degrees 30 minutes into gaming. There's no getting away from fans being annoying, but the cooling works, so at least there's that. When it comes to battery life, it is pretty mediocre. It is a powerful gaming laptop without an Intel HD chipset in it, so you're always using that RTX GPU. The poor battery is powering the awesome keyboard, the gorgeous 4K display, and everything inside, so you'll just get over 2 hours of battery life on a good day with this machine. You'll just have to always have it plugged in. Lastly, we have the sound, which is also okay. My Helios 500 still beats it in terms of punch, as the Triton 900 lacks a subwoofer, but the speakers still manage to deliver some fantastic sound in everything it does. The Acer Predator Triton 900 is a dream machine. I would give my kidney for it. Everything about it is one major statement of what Acer sees as the future of gaming. The display is one of, if not the best I've ever used, with a bright backlight, perfect color range, and dare I say it, great 4K. Sure, a higher hertz would have been better, but if you can game at max on this RTX 2080 in 4K 60 frames per second, you won't be complaining, and the Triton 900 does just that. Are most of the features unnecessary? Yes, but you won't care when you're gaming on this beast. As for the price, the Predator Triton 900 retails for a whopping 85,000 Rand, which is just insane. It is great, but I'm not sure about 85,000 Rand great. But that's all we have on the Acer Predator Triton 900. What do you think of the laptop? Do you think it's worth the purchase? Let us know down below. As always, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please consider liking and subscribing. And until next time, farewell.